combination of these three. And we are actually very privileged to have him with us today.
Let me first compliment and congratulate all of you and MBCIE for conceiving and setting up not just the event, because the event is in a sense a game starter, as both Gulong and Vijay explained to us. The future is here today. At BCM, we have been discussing this, as Rai Saab said, now for a few years. We need to imagine the future and try and create it for ourselves here today. I was actually going to talk about the Metaverse, but I will not do that because it's been explained well enough by the experts. What I would want to talk about is Punjab as a state. The people of Punjab, those of you who are a little bit older will know this. Those of you who are much younger in the back may not. Punjab was a leading state in this country. For a long time, it was literally and actually the number one state in the country in terms of progress, in terms of GDP, in terms of growth. And Ludhiana district had the highest per capita income in India as a district for about 20 years, 18 or 20 years. Now you may know that it slipped from being number 1 to number 3 to number 5 to number 12 to number 14, and it's now 17. And unfortunately, it's slipping down further. So what is it that we need to do to ensure not just that we stop slipping, but that we actually come to the forefront of where the action actually is? There are clear examples in the world, in India itself, of how those who fell back figured out a way to leapfrog a few generations of development and got literally to the front of the line. Our own telecom revolution in India, I can only call it a revolution because there was a time, and again I'm saying the young people may not even know this, when you get a telephone connection in India, took months on end, sometimes even years to get a telephone connection. And then when you had to make a trunk call, calling somebody in a different city was called a trunk call. It could take hours, and you had to book something called a lightning call if you were in a hurry to talk to somebody. And along came the digital technology, our wireless telephony in India became literally the most efficient and lowest priced service in the world. Today, we have over 1 billion digital identities. The Aadhaar card. It has 9 different attributes of each one of us captured in a data bank. You have over 1 billion bank accounts, and you have over 1 billion telephone instruments available, mobile telephone instruments available. If you just think of this is what they call the jam trinity. If you just think of what you can do with this, it has transformed our lives already in ways that we could not imagine only a little while ago. But where we can go is significantly higher and better than this. The Metaverse, as we are now hearing again and again, is no longer a fantasy. It is not just an idea. It is a system and a tool which is here and now, and it's available to those of us who choose to take advantage and build our future ourselves. It can help in just so many ways. It can help in designing a home, it can help in selling a car, it can help in designing an education program. There is almost no aspect of our lives which will remain untouched by this technology. It is the internet, as we just heard, to the power of X. You can. They used to say that people will not be able to sell automotive products or a home or other things on the internet because people need to go touch and see and feel. So what happened? They designed a technology called the nose. I don't know if any of you people have heard of this. In your system, on your laptop, in your computer, you can actually get a smell of what the other side, what they're trying to show you, what it might smell like. There's a small device where you put your hand and you can feel what the fabric that you're seeing on the other side feels like. So those technologies are available. They're not widely rampant around the place, but they're available. But this is one which is going to overtake the world like a storm. So those of us who are smart will learn to adopt it and use it for ourselves, because otherwise you get bowled over by technology. And I will repeat a term I've used very often. There is a wall of technology coming at us continuously, all the time. This is literally and actually like a road roller. Either you're sitting on top of the road roller or you are the road. You will get rolled over. The smart ones are saying, I will use it for my benefit. I will improve my own capabilities. I will try and do better than I'm doing today for myself, my colleagues, my family, in whatever is my chosen profession or my passion. Because it is available for using for the arts, for culture, for theatre, for writing, for reading, in all aspects. An avatar of yours can do things, demonstrate things, which you may not be able to do sitting in one place. So the possibilities are immense, it appears almost endless. In fact, we do not know enough about how many possibilities there are and what all we can do with this. Which was the reason we felt if we are to be a progressive educational institution, that BCM must do a few things which are leading and will allow all those connected with us to benefit from this. We are fortunate and blessed that we are able to do this. That we are in fact not doing it ourselves, we are only facilitating. It will be experts like Gulon, like Vijay, and many others who will actually do this for you. And again, they will only be your guides. Vijay said something very interesting. I don't know how many of you noted that you will do it. You will design it yourself. So in a way, you're going to design your own future. I've often said this for industry in Ludhiana. Now, I don't consider students of your age too young any longer, because I do know some people of your ages. Can I ask, what are the ages of the students here? Anyone? Yeah?
13.
You're 13. Okay. Who's the youngest here?
20.
Sorry?
12-year-old child.
Okay. Thank you. Please say. Please put your hand down. So, 12, 13 is no longer considered a baby. If you think back a little bit to when we were about that age, we would get, in a sense, in a serious conversation, you would almost get disqualified that you cannot be part of this conversation. Today, we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-olds running businesses. Actually running businesses, successful ones. Because more and more, people have begun to realize the access to knowledge and information is immense. It depends on each one of us, what we do with it, how we interact with it. The government of India has made the single biggest revolutionary change in India in the education system by introducing the new education policy, which also, interestingly, talks not of academics being the only part of education, which talks of adventure, of sports, of debating, of competing in sports as being part of your education, building skills. to do things, to make things. Learn by making and breaking. One of the initiatives, as Dr. Prem Kumar was mentioning about the arts, one of our foundations is building a very unique art and culture center, which will probably be one of the largest in the world, if not the actual largest. It has 14 initiatives. One of them is a children's museum, where we are saying you should be able to make and break things. Because what you can learn by doing, you cannot learn only by listening. Each of our senses behaves differently. The messaging to the brain is different. And as Dr. Vandana Shahi said, by the time you're 4 years old, 80% of the brain is fully formed. So after that is only exposure and experience, which forms and makes us. So this is a very, very unique opportunity. I have to say this not because we have set it up, but because this is an opportunity which will allow individuals, and this is not only for students, by the way, this is also for academics, it's also for industry leaders, it's also for people working in companies and businesses. It is literally for any and everyone to take benefit of. And as you said, you got one batch ready. We will welcome every batch to come in here to expose them as often and as much as possible. And I would encourage you to go beyond your own network to allow and invite others to come in here as well. Because this is a fount of knowledge. This is what we ought to be doing. Not providing this to a limited small group, but open it up as much as possible, whether it's students or it's others. And there are, in any case, three parts to this overall initiative. One of them is to do with industry. Actually, two are, because one is an incubator for startups, which will be just around the corner here. And other than the education programs, the formal education program will start next year, is the one where we will work with helping small industries solve its problem, regardless of what the problem is. So it is a fairly comprehensive initiative here, but this piece, I think, will be at the core of pulling this forward, of creating a facility which is unique. And I'm not saying we want to be the only one. We are the only one right now, and I'm hoping many more will also come up, because that's a benefit. When you build a crowd around a good thing, it actually helps grow the size of the pie, so many more people will benefit. But until then, this facility is here, it is available, and I hope people will take advantage of this. I want to make one more comment. I had actually thought there would be many more people from industry here, but I do want to make a comment, even though there are only a few, that I hope and wish the industry, especially the small industry in Punjab and the region around us, will understand that there is a benefit to pull yourself forward, because very often we hear criticism of how bad the situation is, how poor the economy is, how much of a recession there is going on in industry. I hear this constantly. And I sometimes wonder whether it's become just our style of communication. But here is an opportunity to leapfrog literally 3 to 4 stages of development. Because we feel we got left behind, and I said we have. Punjab as a state has slipped. So it is real. So there is something that we need to do rather than just point a finger at the government and others. Each one of us needs to make our own effort. And here is a tool available that we are hopefully offering to as many of you as are interested. And I would hope that we can spread the word of what this can do, how it can benefit our own companies and businesses to make ourselves more competitive, more efficient, and also allow us to do new things, do new businesses. That's another opportunity which will come out of this. Is enormous amount of business opportunities will come out of this. Possibilities. It is so immense, and that is the unique benefit of this. You will define how far you will go with this yourselves. We will only be a facilitator, and we will provide you the tools and the guidance where required. It will be a soft touch guidance. Vijay, I presume that's the way we are planning to do this.
Absolutely.
And that's the only way to do this, because to learn by doing is literally the best way to retain that new learning. And I'm glad that the vice chair of the education board is here, and I'd like to offer this also as a facilitation to the entire system. Please feel free to bring in your colleagues to come and see. Feel free to invite other education institutions to come in and take benefit of this. And I'm hoping that we will be soon at a place that we will not be able to accommodate people. We will have less facility than those wanting to get in, so that we are forced to expand this. I think that would be the good thing to do. And once again, my compliments to Raisa for having conceived this, to Dr. Prem Kumar, to our partners at Birmingham City University. It's an amazing partnership that has been set up, which is looking at multiple dimensions of creating an ecosystem which will benefit from the very young to the not so young. Good luck and all the very best.
We are